Alright, so I've been to Sri Lanka millions of times before. No exaggeration at all. But I've never been there as a tourist. Every time I've gone there before has been to visit mom and my family. So this is a new thing for me, and I'm kind of scared and excited, but I'm hoping this is going to be a really good trip. I'm at Dubai Terminal 2 now, about to go board my flight. So see you there soon.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
I'm in Negombo now, on the way to meet Sri and Todd. They decided to stay at a hotel that's near to the airport. Hey guys!
Krishan.
What's the name of this location?
Krishan Villa.
Krishan Villa?
Near the airport.
Alright.
Negombo.
Cool. Alright. I'll just take a tour of this place.
Beautiful.
Nicely done. So if anybody wants a nice stay near the airport, it's Sri Devi approved, right? How are you guys feeling?
Good so far. Ask me in an hour of driving.
Is Sri Devi a good navigator though?
No comment. I think it's good.
In case you guys are wondering why I'm sweating balls right now, it's extremely humid in Sri Lanka. It's the beginning of April, a lot more hotter than last year, and we had to climb a lot through these rocks over here. So we had to climb all the way up this way, all for this view. Alright guys, one crossed off the list. What do you think of Pidurangala today?
With a wife, 5-star review.
Beautiful views of Rukshan, and the rock's not bad either.
I'm sorry, who said this was easy? Alright, this is our place of stay for the night. It's a nice little place that we have found right next to Wilpattu National Park. This is our host for the night. What is your name, sir?
Dylan.
Dylan, thank you for having us here. Ooh.
There's the kid bed.
This is unfair. Why am I getting the tiny little bed?
Okay, you take you and Toby take
No. I want the whole bed by myself. Alright guys, we are about to enter Wilpattu National Park. We woke up at 5 in hopes to disturb and ruin a few animals' sleep. So let's see. She is not that excited. We are disturbing animals.
Yeah, no.
Alright guys, I think I managed to find a bunch of very affectionate monkeys on the Wilpattu Park over here.
Just tired monkeys.
I seem to have embarrassed them. Let's leave them to their natural habitat and try to look at the rest of nature.
Right.
In case you're thinking, for a safari I don't see that many wild animals, then you are absolutely correct. This mistake was on us. Safaris usually require time and patience, neither of which we had that day. We had booked the half-day safari, which really doesn't give you enough time to park the jeep at one place for long, wait for elephants, leopards, or wild boars to pass through. So here's a tip for you guys. If you want to do a safari, either dedicate time for a full day one or don't bother trying. And come with plenty of patience.
So we have Sridevi going to offer Toby as a sacrifice to the temple. Apparently you sacrifice your husbands at the temple here.
And with the flowers.
With the flowers. Just FYI, finding parking near the Kandy 2 temple is kind of hard, so we kind of had to park our car on the side of the road. Yeah, pretty much like this. I did record a video of how the tea is being made. That I'm not going to include in this video because it's going to be ridiculously long, but I'll probably have a link somewhere in the YouTube channel somewhere, so look for that. But currently we are walking through the tea estate and see if we can, pluck a few tea leaves ourselves. But the walk at the estate itself is amazing. This is the view. Alright, tonight we are staying at the Hill Club in Nuwara, Eliya. In case you're wondering why there's no footage of the inside place, it's because it's a very old club from the 1800s and they don't allow videography inside. But this is the place that we're going to stay tonight. It is the Hill Club and this is the surroundings. It's really, really lovely, well done. It's, for lack of better words, it's very English. If you go inside the hill club, it feels like you're taking a step back into time, because most of the structures, the lights, the environments, everything is very British, very pre-colonial, yeah, pre-independence kind of environment. It's very, very British. This used to be a hunting, fishing club kind of environment. So, you know, it's been there from the 1800s. So, you know, if you like that kind of environment, I'm sure you would love the staying here. But the surroundings are really lovely. They have tennis, they have a lot of other stuff as well. So it's really nice. Just FYI, they have a bar inside which is after 7 p.m. Requires a dress code. So you need like a jacket, a tie and all. We are not dressed for that, so we'll be skipping on that. But if you come here and you would like to do like a nice English, old English style bar environment, I would suggest bringing an extra pair of, you know, dress shirt, nice shoes, ties, you know, stuff like that. All right, in case you want to wonder how basic we are in Sri Lanka, and these two decided to enter an Indian restaurant. All right, so today we just left our Nuwara Eliya hotel, the hill club. And on the way to Ella, we just stopped over at a public lake cum park environment. So this is called the Gregory Lake. What you see behind me is called the Gregory Lake. It's also a park where you can rent bikes, rent boats, do a little bit of activities. It kind of feels like a mini Switzerland. It's quite nice looking. So we are on the way to the Bombaru-ella Falls. It's about 45 minutes to an hour's drive away from Nuwara. You go on the main road, and at one point you have to take a sharp U-turn downwards, and the rest of the road all the way down is very narrow, that only allows one car to pass through, and there's a lot of sharp U-turns. So you have to be a little bit careful with the drive. Once you reach the base of the falls, you get to purchase the ticket, and after purchasing the ticket, you have to walk about a kilometer towards the falls, which is what we're doing through. In a desperate rush to reach the 9-arch bridge area, or at least the cafe there, before it rains. It started drizzling a little bit. We kind of got lost in the way and drove maybe an hour or two extra, hence the delay. All right, so from the main road we had to walk about 1.5 kilometers to Asanka's cafe, which as per top has the best view from above of the arch. We'll find out very soon, so I'm going to go to the view spot now. Have a look. So we are now at the entryway to Little Adams Peak. We are about to enter there. I Sri and Toba trying to figure out where to go to. But this is also the place where you can find the flying around on a zip line as well. The idea was to do the hike till Adams Peak, and after that to come back and do the zip line, but by that point it rained. We thought we'll just wait here at the resort for a bit to see if the rain goes down, but as you can see, it's still raining. So what we did was we spent about a good 3 to 4 hours in the pool and jacuzzi that you see there. I wanted to make a quick video about Ella. So when I came over here, I was expecting a place that was full green and had a lot of hiking and scenery and pretty much it. Now, Ella does have all of that and I love every bit of it, but what I didn't expect and what pleasantly surprised me about the kind of chill vibes that you get in this town. This place has a lot of bars and cafes and spas and hostels and cooking classes and a lot of stuff that's catered to foreigners who come here, which kind of gives Ella a chill Bali, Thailand kind of vibes, which I really like. I mean, if you're ever in Sri Lanka, at least if you can't do everything else, just come here for a few days just for the vibes. It's definitely worth giving it a visit. I decided that this would be a good time to talk about driving in Sri Lanka. First of all, why would you want to drive in Sri Lanka? If you have a few days and you want to see a lot, I would suggest renting a car because it's the most flexible way you can drive through the country. That being said, I mean, if you want to hire a driver, go ahead. There are plenty of drivers, plenty of excellent drivers. So there'll be plenty of people who will take you within the country and show you around. In fact, an expert driver might actually do a better job of showing you around the local stuff. If you drive, you'll have to figure out on a lot of things. But that being said, if you're comfortable driving in your country or in other countries and you can get an international driver's license, I would highly suggest renting a car in Sri Lanka because it gives you a lot of flexibility that you might not get any other ways, and that was really important for us. So we decided to get a car. Car rentals are relatively easy. You might get to rent a car for about $150 to $200. Depending on the type of car you get, the rates would go upper or lower. I suggest for your sanity to get a smaller car. What we got was a Hyundai i10. which costed us about $160 if I'm not mistaken, with unlimited kilometers. So, which turned out to good. And the reason to get a smaller car is that while the cities do have big, wider roads, when you drive through the country, you might occasionally come through extremely narrow roads that only allow one car to go through. In such cases, and also if you go to places like Ella, you might have booked a homestay or a hotel, which is in Ella, but you need to drive through a really tiny muddy road in order to reach there. And in all such cases, having a tiny car is definitely a godsend. That being said, despite having a tiny car, we still went into a ditch, so shit can happen at any point. So the tiny car thing does definitely help. Now, driving in Sri Lanka, they do follow British road rules, so you drive on the left side of the road. But if you are somebody driving on the right side of the road, like me in Dubai, don't fret too much, because after 15 minutes of driving, you kind of forget the fact that you're driving on the opposite side of the road. I mean, I got used to it within 20 minutes. Although, I did not get used to the fact that the indicator light was on the opposite side, so every single time I wanted to do an indication, I ended up doing the wiper instead. I still haven't gotten used to it. Now, driving in Sri Lanka tips, jungle rules apply. The bigger the vehicle, the more respect it's going to take from you. And I mean take from it. Like, for example, first time I started driving, I was about to take a right turn into another lane. There was a bus coming behind me. He clearly could see that I was going to take a right, but he didn't give a damn shit. And if Tom and Sri hadn't stopped me, I would have run my car into him. So, like I said, jungle rules apply. If you see a bus coming very fast, give him way. If a bus is trying to overtake you, slow down, give him way. Do not fuck with buses in Sri Lanka. They don't give a shit. Google Maps is helpful in main roads, but if you go through tiny roads, it goes all over the place. So do not completely depend on Google Maps. Maybe zoom out a little bit and use Google Maps as a support, but still make decisions on the overall picture rather than follow instructions step by step, turn by turn as per the maps. What else can I think of? I can't think of anything else, but I'm going to hand over the camera back to Tob, who's driving now, who might be able to give me a few more tips on the driving in Sri Lanka bit. Over to you, Mr. Tobias. Any tips on driving in Sri Lanka?
Always be prepared for some dogs or monkeys to be chilling in the middle of the road, and they will not move for a car. They have no fear of cars. So always be prepared for that. Always expect the unexpected. Drivers can be very impatient, not like India, but still pretty impatient. So you might think you're clearly making a turn and then suddenly a bus is trying to overtake you. So just always triple check everything. Don't trust the rules of the road, trust your own eyes. You have to check everything yourself for sure. There's not a lot of car parks, so don't expect there to be lots of parking. You'll have to probably make do with parking on the street in lots of places.
So try to not drive during nighttime.
Try to not drive during nighttime. The main thing that you miss with driving is you miss that Kandy to Ella train. So that's probably the only downside. But otherwise, yeah, you get loads of flexibility. And you can leave whenever you want, arrive when you want, suddenly make a change of plan and a detour and go visit this temple or something. So yeah, overall would definitely recommend it. The roads are actually very good compared to a lot of other countries. Like India, the roads, there's like very few potholes or anything. So that was a pleasant surprise.
So we decided to stop off at Mirissa on the way to Galle just to hear what the fuss is all about. Apparently the beaches here are very good, which turns out to be a good thing, because look at this place. are at Galle now, which is the last stop before we head back to Colombo and these guys go back home. Unfortunately, we didn't plan that much time for Galle on our plans, so we're just spending about 2 hours maybe having a look at the fort before we head over to Colombo. So we are on the way to the Dutch fort now. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, we're fucked. Oh.
Fuck you, Tom. Seriously? I've been stuck here for half an hour, dude. I thought I had died.
So we are at the Gregory Lake now. Sorry, Gregory Lake now. Gregory Lake? I'm coming now. Move aside, please.
Did a base? Oh, it's cricket pitch.